Hello, I'm back. I've had a change of heart. I'm going to play you that clip. I'm going to play it. I'm going to let a little bit of an audience build, and I am going to play it. Hello, hi. I'm going to wait until I've got a bit of an audience, and I am going to play that clip. I'm going to play it for you people, because you need to hear it, and this needs to be sent on. It does. We need to share this stuff, because it's truly shocking. It's truly shocking. Hello, good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm going to wait until I've got a bit of an audience so you can hear it, because otherwise you're going to miss out in the beginning and you're going to miss out on some crucial information that John is obviously going to be discussing. It's about 10 minutes. It's a 10-minute clip, audio clip. So I'll keep the camera so you can look at me, but I'll play the audio clip in the background. Right, we've got enough people. We've got enough people. Hello, people. Right, okay. Are you ready? This is really damning, shocking stuff. It's appalling. Right, I'm gonna press play. Okay. Let me know if you've got any problems hearing it.
Hello. All right. My name's John Major. I know Brian mentioned me earlier. I did 25 years. I'm an ex-policeman. I was detective in the Metropolitan Police. I dealt with, I specialised in child abuse investigations.
Can you hear it all right?
I dealt with a case of, I was on the vice unit, specialist unit in the police. I dealt with a case of child vice that was reported.
Can you hear it, people?
I looked into it and it was quite apparent that it was quite endemic. There was one little girl, she was 13, she was being pimped out and she was being given heroin and crack cocaine. And she told me of another girl, who told me of another girl, and on it went. And it was an organised child prostitution racket, which was increasing by the day. The kids went from 9 years old right the way up to 14-year-olds, and they were taken to some wealthy places, they were taken to some bottom-end places. But what came out of it was that these kids were all known to the care system, to social services. They were all subject to care orders, every one of them. And also that there was a judge involved, there was a senior copper involved, there was someone high up in the BBC involved, and it'd been going on for well over a decade and probably into 2 decades. I put together a very concise and factually based intelligence report, submitted it, and thinking that I would be promoted for what I disclosed, or at least rewarded, the opposite occurred. At the same time, this is relevant, I was a single parent of 4 children. I was brought into a senior officer's office. This senior officer is now one of the leading police officers in the country.
Leading police officer.
And what happened next was just, well, it was perverse. He turned around to me and he said, you know, what have you done? I said, well, what do you mean what have I done? He said, you know, what you've found out can never get out. He said, if you mention a word of what you know outside of this room, you're going to F us, F-U-C-K us, past, present and future. And this cannot and shall not and will not ever get out. He said, if you mention a word of it, I will throw you to the wolves. You will lose your job, you will lose your home, you will lose your children. You cannot say a word about this. You have no idea what you're dealing with, who you're dealing with, and how deep this goes. Now, these kids, their lives were at risk. They were living a very, very dangerous lifestyle, and in fact, children did die. The main key witness died. They shut the investigation down, and I was removed. I then went on to another unit, and within the matter of 3 days, I found 50 children that were being prostituted out. These kids were all known to social services, and they were all, the system was making money out of them. I know someone explained it earlier.
Share
they were
this.
getting £2,000 per children.
Share this video.
Per week for them being in care, and there was no care at all involved. That again was shut down. I made an official allegation of police corruption post Jimmy Savile revelations coming out, and then what happened was that the police came for me. They've tried in the last 3 years to prosecute me on 9 separate occasions, and each occasion could have got me a 2-year prison sentence. On one occasion, there was a colleague of mine who's terminally ill with cancer. She was close friends with Bernard Hogan-Howe, who's a commissioner at the time of the Metropolitan Police. A private party at his house, he was paying for her to have alternative treatment for her cancer. It was costing £10,000. It was coming out of some police slush fund. And what had happened with me, the police had put me on, they revoked my pay. I was on no pay. I was looking at losing my home because I couldn't retain payments. They said if I took up any work, they would sack me. So my job was at risk. A colleague of mine was so appalled as to what happened that she went up to Bernard Hogan-Howe during a Christmas party and said, Bernard, look, I need to talk to you about a colleague of mine. He's being treated really bad, and when you find out what it's all about, I think you'll agree with me. And he said, okay, I'll listen. He said his name is John Wedger. With that, he stood up, walked out, and then the next day withdrew all the funding for her cancer treatment, and her cancer went into remission. Another colleague of mine went to my commander. Earlier this year, one of my children suffered a horrific injury in a terrible accident and was in intensive care, and actually died twice whilst in intensive care. He's now permanently paralysed. I had no income. He was in a hospital 100 miles from my home. I was sleeping in my car because I couldn't afford to stay in a room to go and see him. A colleague of mine went to a commanding officer and said, you need to help John, this is what's happening. I was leaving at home my other children, and one of my children was 16 years old. When my commanding officer heard that, they served discipline papers on my colleague, saying that they're withholding information, and then they sent 2 detectives round to my house and made an allegation being made by the Met Police to my home force that I was committing child abandonment, and they tried to remove my youngest son from me. I teamed up 2 years ago with other whistleblowing coppers. One was Maggie Oliver. I don't know if anyone saw the BBC drama 3 Girls. Maggie Oliver was the GMP, Great Manchester Police detective who exposed the Rochdale child grooming gang. They tried to prosecute her. GMP tried to put her in prison. The other one was Lenny Harper, who exposed the child abuse and murder in Haute de la Garenne in Jersey. And lastly was Mike Veal, the brave Chief Constable of Wiltshire, who exposed Ted Heath. I went to see them all, and what they said is, John, this is what will happen to you. Not so much Mike Veal, but the other two. And they said, they'll come for you, they'll serve you with gross misconduct papers, they will charge you with offences, they will arrest you, they will try and imprison you. They will stop your money, and they will attack everything, and it's exactly what they did. After 3 years of fighting the police, I finally won. I'm now suing them. I'm now bringing together all the other whistleblowing coppers. I'm only dealing with child abuse offences. I'm not interested in anything else. But what I'm saying is that there is a conspiracy, a high-level conspiracy involving sexual abuse of children, and it goes right to the top. Lenny Harper, the commanding officer for Jersey Police at the time, said to me, John, what you will find is that the tentacles of what you're looking at will go right to the heart of the British establishment. At the time, the Cabinet Minister for Policing and Crime, Mike Penning, he asked the Home Office to assist me, realising that there was a conspiracy against me. As soon as he did so, the Home Office insisted that they will help me, they will investigate my claims. The Home Office did to me what they did to Maggie Oliver. They invited me into Parliament, asked me to bring all my paperwork. They assured me they will investigate it. They seized my paperwork, promising me that there will be an independent government investigation, and then they buggered off, and I never heard from them again.
Done nothing.
Mike Penning,
the
very next day, was removed from his post. There is something very, very dark going on. And if I will go back to what the lady said earlier,
yeah, listen.
The girl who was going on about the straw man thing, I remember a case of 4 children that were taken into care. 3 of them have been registered. The fourth one had not been registered.
One wasn't
and
registered.
I remember they had to give that child back.
Gave it back.
So even what the lady was saying about the
There's the
strawman
birth
thing, I remember a
certificate,
case
slaves
and it
us.
sort of verifies that. So that is my thing. I mean, I continue to sort of campaign. I was in the national press at the weekend, and hopefully there'll be more to come. But you know, when you stand up, when you whistleblow, same as a victim and survivor of sexual abuse, you stand alone. No one will stand by you. I've spoken to people, whistleblowers from the NHS, from within the clergy, and so many people are bullied into silence. So that's my angle, but the truth is the truth, and it will all stand out. But thank you ever so much for giving support.
Shocking. You shocked? Because I was shocked. It's appalling. That's come from someone who was really high up in the Metropolitan Police, exposing the child abuse, and he's been shut up and his life threatened, his family threatened. Enough's enough, people. Enough's enough. This is the sick shit that's going on behind the glossiness that's portrayed in our media and on the news. This is the real stuff that's happening. Real stuff that's happening. Gets me so angry. Just spoke to the woman I'm working with. 6 more cases. 6 more cases people have had fraudulent bankruptcies. They're stealing the kids. They're abusing the kids. They're stealing homes. They're stealing... It's got to stop. This shit's got to stop. Does that not make you angry? When you listen to that, those of you that... Some of you were joining a bit later. You're going to have to go back to the beginning of the replay. Is that not shocking? It's truly shocking. We haven't got a police. The police are supposed to be protecting us and they ain't protecting us. What is the point of having the police? These people swore an oath to uphold the common law of this land and protect the people and protect the children, and they're not. They're protecting corporations, they're protecting the MPs, they're protecting all them bastards in Parliament. Like Theresa May. They're all as bad as one another. That whole thing's a cesspit. It's a cesspit. Go and listen to the Hampstead Heath stuff. That tells you the sick shit these people are in, and it's all being covered up. But what makes me feel positive in all of this, like I say, there's this energy. He's banding together with the good cops. There's another one, Dave Eden. Dave Eden, I tell you, whistleblower, ex-copper, Metropolitan Police is telling you how corrupt it is. We've got whistleblowers from the NHS. There's whistleblowers coming out everywhere. Now we've got to unite next year. And we've got to get behind that movement. The new Chartist movement. It's run by integrity people and they've got the backing. They've got the backing from the police. They've got the backing from people in army and they've got the backing from people who used to work in intelligence. Because all the people that are fed up of what's happening in this establishment and what's going on, they're fed up with it and they're getting together. We need to get behind this. Please share this video. I wasn't going to do it this morning. I wasn't. And then I just thought, fuck it. This stuff's got to come out now. It's not about living in fear. All these parents that are silenced from these secret courts. Stop being silenced. We all need to raise our voices together. Enough's enough. This is depravity. Depravity. Children are being removed from parents. They're getting put into the care system and then they're being abused. And those of you that say, oh, this has been going on, this sort of stuff's been going on. What if it was your kids? What if it's your fucking grandkids? Or the kids of family and friends that you know? These are children. These are innocent children. No one's protecting them. Because the parents, the loving parents or family that are there to protect those children and guard them and make sure that they are safe, that's been taken away. And they go into this system. You've just heard it. These children that were being prostituted out or were under care orders. They're under care orders. They're being taken from the authorities that are supposed to be protecting. Social services do not protect. They steal. They steal children. And it's all being systematically covered up, abused. And we've got to rise and stand up for the sake of our children. The sake of our children. If you need an excuse or something to give you the energy to rise up and not keep silent, think of these children on a daily basis. These children are being removed and the damage that it's doing on the families and the children itself. That's got me riled up again. You can hear it in my voice. I'm getting really passionate. Makes me angry. It infuriates me. And they're attacking Damien Green. They're attacking Damien Green. Front page news that he's watching a bit of porn. Yet you've got an ex-Metropolitan Police officer that's undercovered 50 kids. 50 kids are being prostituted out. Yeah, that's not on the front cover, is it? Is that not the real news that we want to hear in this country? That's why we need to become the media. We need to wake a nation up. What's going on? All this disgusting stuff that's going on. They don't want us talking. This is the shit we need to talk about. A bloody royal wedding. Front page newspaper, that propaganda. Front page newspaper. Let's have a look. Front page. We've got Philip Green. Sorry, not Philip Green. We've got Mr. Green, Damien Green, who's told you that the Parliament, government subjects the rule of law. Now we've got a smear campaign. We've got this stupid bitch. Oh, she's marrying Prince Harry now. Everyone's got to focus on about Prince Harry. Oh, we've got a royal wedding. No, how about these children that are being taken on a daily basis? Let's start focusing on that. We need to focus on these things. We need to focus on how many children, how much the state's making off of these children. Let's get statistics. And how much money they're stealing. Let's talk about that. You want to get a nation, because I know that these things will get a nation so fucking pissed off that they'll want to unite. How much money the government, the state is taking off you. How the police are not policing, they're not protecting us, and they're not protecting our children. And how many children are being removed? How many thousands of families are being subjugated to the abuse? That's what we need to focus on, and that's what we need to keep focusing on a daily basis. And not all this other shit that's happening in the world, in the news. Do you know what? We got to start working out and start keeping an eye on what's going on in our own backyard. I'm telling you. And the people are going to come together. Because let's not forget, we've got a lot of pissed off Londoners. There's a lot of energy up there that I'm going to harness. You mark my words. They're coming together over Grenfell. People have had enough. People have had enough of living in austerity. They've had enough. I've had enough. That's what I keep saying. Next year, we're getting organised. And the people that are wearing a uniform are telling you now, if you need to choose a side, because it's coming. The people are going to rise up and you're going to have a choice to choose. You either come and defend the people or you stick with the establishment and the people will be coming after you. Don't be thinking you can stay behind your corporation, because the Vatican, as we know, all these corporations come back to the Vatican. Well, Pope Francis in 2012 said no one's immune. So you're not going to be hiding behind your corporation. And it's the same with all these MPs. The people are going to start rising. And it's not going to be done in civil war. No, that's what they want. That's what they want. They want us to get angry. They want us to take the streets. This won't be taken to the streets. We're going to be fully armed with the information, and we're going to come together and we're going to do this peacefully and calmly, and we're going to demand those people are out of office. All these corrupt, like I said before, councils get shut down with immediate effect. We don't need councils. They're just stealing. They're just legalised theft. And then on all these social services, everything's got to change. Everything's got to change. The people that are corrupt are not running these countries. And this is not just my country. This is all the countries in the world. We've got a psychopathic element that is running these corporations, that run our governments, that are not a government anymore. Because the people who are asleep think we've got a government. We've not got a government. It's a corporation. Everything's been corporatised. And we need to hold these people accountable. I tell you what, it's fight. It's do or die fight time. Because when you know about the chemtrails, you see it on a daily basis. The people I'm working with on a daily basis, they deal with the victims. Every day, families having their children taken. Every day, people being fraudulently bankrupted. Every day this is happening. It's disturbing. This is like real life. This isn't stuff that's happening. You hear it in the media, you hear it in the newspaper. I heard that account from John Wedger from his own mouth. The pain and suffering that guy's gone through to expose what's going on in this country. And you heard. Hear it, play it back. You hear the repercussions he got. And this is the element that's running our country. And if we don't do something about it, there won't be another opportunity to. There won't. It's getting bad. The shit's got real. AI, robots, all of that. Chemtrails. You see where they're pushing it. We've not got much opportunity left. We've not got much opportunity left to save our countries, to save the fucking world, because that's what it's got to. That's the level. Those of you that are awake, get what I'm talking about. You're on my level. You're awake. You're fully awake. You're fully aware. That's why I come on here. That's why I'm guided. I do what I do because I know what we're up against. That's why I always felt I want to change the world. I want to change the world. We've got to stand and rise together. There's only a small amount of them, trust me. There's only a small amount of them. But they control us with fear, keeping you in the rat race. What happens if the whole country unifies and says we're not going to take this and we go on strike, we organise ourselves. We don't put up with it, but all along while we're just merrily getting on with our jobs and that, because people don't realise. How can you not listen to that? How can you not listen to John Wedger talking about the corruption? It's disgusting. Is it children? Children are being pimped out and prostituted and abused. I'm getting a call in. You heard him. It's being covered up. Some children lost their lives. It's the sickest, twisted shit that's running the world. The stuff these people do is horrific. It's horrific. Give you nightmares. You really open yourself up to what these people are doing, it gives you nightmares. But we have to look at this stuff. We have to look at this stuff and we have to expose it. This stuff's going on. If we don't look at it, if we don't look at this and expose it, this stuff will continue in the darkness. We are light. Like I said, the light needs to shine on the darkness to expose it. And that's why all this stuff's coming out. All this stuff needs to be seen. We have to see it. And those of you that get, like people who get, their ego gets triggered, they don't like it because it's negative. It's negative, but we have to deal with it. Like your own personal problems and the shit that you don't like dealing with. You've got to look at it to deal with it. We have to deal with this problem. This awful, insidious, it's awful. We have to deal with it. It's heartbreaking. It really is truly heartbreaking. It's so upsetting. It's so upsetting. I have to be so careful because if I let myself drop into that energy, I pick up that pain and suffering. Please share this video. Please share it. People have got to wake up. For the sake of these children who are being removed and abused, we have to rise up and stop this. Please share this. Please share this video. People have got to wake up. I'm going to love you and leave you. Bye.